Now let's start. What does your handwriting say about you? This passage, question number one. After reading this passage, you will find that C, it's about telling your personality from your handwriting. Number question two is divided into two sub questions. What does a graphologist need in order to analyze a person's handwriting? And the graphologist is the scientist of graphology, and the graphology is the science of telling the personality from the person's handwriting. Of course, you discovered this after reading the passage. A graphologist only needs 20 lines of writing in a blank page to discover or telling the characteristics of a person's personality. What negative quality might a person with large handwriting have? Of course, tends to be a little arrogant or having self-ego. Choose the correct answer. Number one, it will be B. Number two, it will be A. Question number four. If you were a graphologist, what kind of writing would you look for if an employer wanted to hire someone who has to meet a lot of people and get on well with them? Of course, you will find out that this person should be friendly, so he will have large handwriting. Number two, always sees the good side of things, so he will have to be optimistic. So we will need a person who has upward direction in writing. And number three is quiet and easy to work with, so we will have to have an honest person, so we need a person with a legible signature. Question number five, it's up to the lines here. We want to find a word in line number 10 means friendly. It will be sociable. However, in line 22, it will be although. In line 23, we want important. It will be significant. Line 33, dependable. It will be reliable. Line 38, doubtful. It will be skeptical. Here we have past perfect affirmative. Of course, the past perfect, an action started and finished in the past before another action starts. It's consisting of had plus the past participle of the main verb. Had plus PP. So we have number one, Mrs. Smith had left before you phoned. So the woman here came and had left before you phoned. So the first action, as we said, started and finished before the beginning of another action. Number two, they had changed the flat tire before they continued driving. Number three, the thief had broken into our house before we returned. Number four, by yesterday, the boss had read all the letters. 5, the plane had taken off before the fire started. 6, before he returned, she had drunk 5 cups of tea. 7, Anne had cleaned the kitchen. 8, David had washed the car. 9, the boys had written a lot of poems. 10, Tom had done the homework. 11, Jack and Jill had bought a new car. 12, Julia had opened the front door before we arrived. 13, they had ridden their bicycle in the park. 14, Peter had phoned his best friend before the party started. And number 15, by the time the police appeared, the burglar had run away. And here, in this page of Let's Communicate, of course, sometimes we don't know how to express a certain thing in our mind, or we have only 1 or 2 ways to say it. But here in this page of Let's Communicate, we have this variety of phrases to tell the person in front of us about what is going in our minds. For example, if you want to invite someone for something, so all these are phrases for invitations. Sometimes when you want to invite someone for a party or going out with you somewhere, you can say, would you like to come with me to whatever place? And that's it. But we can say so many things. Let me check my calendar. Would you like to join me for dinner? Would you like to join me for going to this dance club or whatever? Would you like to come with me having a party? So you have so many ways to say the same thing. How about a game of football on Monday? How about dinner together on Monday? Would you like to have breakfast with me tomorrow? I have got 2 tickets for a cinema on Saturday. Would you like to come? Would you like to have dinner with me tonight? How about coming to the picnic at the football club? And so on. The ways never end. We have also these phrases for asking directions. Which is the best way to? I'm looking for. Could you direct me to? How can we get to High Park? Or how can we get to the bank? Is it far? How do I get to library? Where is the nearest post office? Where is the nearest police station? How do I find? Are we on the right road for London? Are we on the right road for school? Can you show me on the map, please? I'm looking for this address, and so on. Phrases for saying no. Simply, you can say no. If you reject something, simply you can say no, but you can also say, I am already booked. If someone wants to book something for you, instead of saying no, and it's not a very good way all the time to refuse something, you can refuse politely. We can say, I am already booked. That's not going to work for me. Sounds fun, but I'm not available. I want to, but I'm unable to. I just don't have that to give right now. I'm not able to commit to that right now. It's not a good idea for me. Apologies, but I can't make it. I can't take on any more responsibilities. My body says yes, but my heart say no. We can simply say no. Maybe another time, and so on. We have also these phrases for asking for information. Do you happen to know? Have you got an idea of? I don't suppose you know, and so on. Useful phrases in shopping. Where do you know where else I could try? Especially if you went to a place and you can't find the suitable size for you. You can ask the shop assistant, where do you know where else I could try? Do you have this item in stock? Do you offer a cash discount? And so on. Phrases for giving bad news. Please don't take this badly, but, and then you say the bad news. There is no easy way to say this, but, and you can say it. I'm sorry to have to tell you this, but I tried space, but, and so on. I tried not to tell you, but I have to tell you, and then say the bad news, and so on. So these are now the idioms which we were talking about on day one. When I say back to the drawing board, it means to start something all over again, to start from the scratch. Like when I say I failed this semester, but now I'm back to the drawing board, so I will have to start all over again. Ball is in your court. It means that it's up to you to take the next step. Barking up the wrong tree. It means when you are looking in the wrong place or accusing the wrong person. To be glad to see the back of someone means to be happy to see someone leave. Beat around the bush. It means avoid answering a question, a direct question, and not speaking directly about an issue. Best of both the worlds. It's when you are in a situation wherein you can enjoy two different opportunities, and both of them are good. When we say best thing since sliced bread, it means it's a very good idea or a plan or an excellent new invention that people will get benefit of it. Now, our confusing words. Leave the first three, please, because they are repeated from the first page, and we will start from here. Quite and quite. The first one with the IE in the middle of the word, it means silent. But if we move the letter E to the end of the word, just one letter, we skip one letter, it will be quite really or positively. We have loose and loose. The first one means free. Like when I say I like to wear loose clothes, free clothes, free size. And the other one means to misplace. Fourth and fourth. The first one means forward, and the second one, it's the ordinal number that comes after three. Principal and principal. The principal is the chief person or the head person of a place. And the other one, it means rule or law. It's a rule or law. Means, for example, schools have strict rules or strict principles. Means very strong rules or laws. Now, in this dialogue, we will put just words in the correct order to make a sentence. The first one, as you can see, after having a good look for this dialogue, you will notice that these are many dialogues between two people. Always the first one is suggesting someone, and the second one whether to agree or to refuse. For example, the first one, how about going to amusement park today? The second one, in fact, refused, saying that's not a good idea, I'm tired. Then another mini dialogue, let's play cards together. So the second one agreed and said that's a good idea. The third mini dialogue, why don't we watch an adventure film? And the person, in fact, refused again, saying that's not a good idea, I don't like adventure films. Number 4, let's go in a dance club, and the other one agreed, saying I agree, that can be fun. Then the last mini dialogue, why don't we visit a museum? The person refused, saying that's not a good idea, it's boring. So as you can see, when you are making a certain suggestion to a person in front of you, you should accept whether this person will agree or just refuse. So this was the material we covered on the second day of our summer course, and we are going to cover the material of day 3 in another video. So wait for us, please.